Well, it's been an interesting day and a half at my new place here. It's kind of pretty though. It's got a nice lake. I'm going to show you. And it kind of goes back around. Well, I can't see too good from here. I'll give you some better views later. I'm camped right back there. It's an okay site, but it's kind of in the middle of nothing. And not much shade, so it gets pretty hot, and my breakers went out last night, so I slept without air conditioning. That was fun. Thankfully I have a couple good fans and got some battery backup, but anyway, I'm gonna go and hike this trail. I have no idea what it's going to be like, and as usual, if there's anything I think that's interesting, I'll bring you back. Well, I'm not going to show you a whole lot of this because it's probably going to be pretty much the same, but it's a nice trail. You can see I'm out in the middle of the woods here. Nice shade, good undulations. So just wanted to give you an idea on what the trail looks like so far. Definitely not a bike friendly trail. You can see some of the hurdles, and there's a lot of exposed tree roots and things. I mean, this one here is a pretty good representation of what the trail's like, so definitely not bike friendly. Check out the snake right in my path. It's hard to tell when I look at this little video screen if you can see it or not. It's just sitting there. I think it looks like it's dead, but I don't know much about snakes. I'm trying to see if I can see any rattlers on the tail. I don't think it's a rattlesnake. Doesn't look like a diamondback anyway. So I'm gonna find me a rock and throw it at it and see what. I'm glad I saw it because I would have stepped right on it. Let's see if I can find a loose rock here. There we go. Get this one right here. Well, they're all kind of embedded in the ground here. Here's one. All right, let's see. Well, I just saw his tongue come out. I missed him. Went just over his head. Let's try another one here. That time he moved. Pretty good size. He's probably got an 1.5 or 2 inches in diameter. Hard to tell the length. I'd guess it's between 3 and 4. I just hit him again and he moved. I don't know if y'all can even see it. I'm not a snake fan. To me, the only good snake is a dead snake. I could just go around him, I guess, and leave him alone. I guess that's what I'll do. See if I can climb on up here. Get far enough away from him. Let's see. I don't want to kill myself. Oh yeah, he sees me. He just got all curled up. Oh yeah, he can hear and feel me. When I just slipped a little bit on that rock, he got all antsy. I just don't want him to chase after me. All right, I'm gonna leave him behind. I'll tell you, it's important. Keep your head down and look for snakes, because in Caldwell a few weeks ago, I was just sitting on my brother's porch and I just was looking out on the lawn in front. And there was a good, I don't know, at least a 4 or 5 foot rattlesnake in the front yard of this house there. And you know, we do things out there all the time, go through wood piles and whatnot, and you really got to be careful and look around. I've gotten to where I always kind of kick things and look at them real closely before I move something or dig into something. So you can see I got the lake over here on my left. It'd be nice if I had a little more open view of it, but I'll keep on going here and see what we get. Well, it opened up the lake here. It's a pretty lake. You know, it's Sunday, and there's hardly anybody here. It's a nice lake. You'd think there'd be some boaters and whatnot out here. Campground's pretty empty. So I don't know. You know, in Texas, these parks are jam-packed on weekends. I mean, you have to book them usually far in advance, but the two I've been at so far here certainly have not been busy or crowded at all. So I'm just going to walk down here because this looks like a pretty nice little part of the lake over here also. I have no idea where this little road thing goes to. Little bridge over there. So the trail just ended up on that caliche rock, whatever the proper term would be for it. So I assume the trail continues on up that way. But then this one goes down to that other side over there. I'm thinking I'm going to walk down here and just see what's down there. I'm in the middle of this road, whatever they call it. It's like a separation. You can see part of the lake over here and part of the lake over here. And that's where my campground is over there. So I started over just to the left of that marina and worked my way back up in there. It looks like there's just a road over here. I hear a truck. Let's see if I see it pass by. So I don't think I'm going to go all the way across there. I'll just have to come back. So I'm going to head back where I was and see if I can resume the trail. Seems like deja vu. So I'm off the trail and I'm on this gravel road. So no idea how far I'll go on this gravel road. I should see the trail going off into the woods again. So I've got my eyes peeled. Been walking on the gravel for a while. There's a little bend in the road up here. I'm thinking maybe it'll go off to the right, but I don't think so. You can see what it looks like up there. Kind of like what I walked through earlier. Well, I kind of like these dead ends, it seems, doesn't it? So I don't know, guys. Again, the trail just sort of ended, and here I am. I'm going to go under this and walk a little bit more, though. See what happens. Look at that. Looks like a new trail. We'll see. Well, it looks like the trail opens up into this little meadow here. Let's see where it takes me. It's up here on the other side. Glad I wore my pants again. And I've got my wide brim hat today. Although in all these trees, I'm not as open as I was the other day. So there's a road right there. You can probably see through the trees. And the trail forks here. Blue trail goes down there, yellow trail back up here. So decision time. The maps I looked at really didn't, as usual, weren't very good, and I didn't study them that much because they haven't helped me very much. But so I have no idea where either one of these trails might end up. So I'm tempted to go on this blue one here, though. So I'm up on the road. I thought maybe the trail continued over there, but I don't see it. I don't think it does. So I'm coming back over here to this road. Again, no indication. So I'm going to head up this road. We'll see. fork. Road goes right and left. Again, no clue. I'm thinking that right road may be the one I turned off on earlier if I followed it long enough. So I'm going to go this way. Pretty obvious conclusion that this road is not real heavily traveled. See all the weeds growing up in the cracks. So I'm coming up to a road, and I think this is the main entry to the Greenleaf State Park, which is where I am. So probably if I take a right and walk down the road, I'll end up at the park office. And then I can go down that, going back that way would be a steep decline, the one I showed you earlier that I'm going to try to get up on the bike later. So I suspect that's where I am. I'll let you know. Yes, that was the correct assumption. There's the entry to the park. So I'm going to walk up that road, get back to my trailer eventually. Well, it's been a steady uphill climb. I'm going to get under the shade of this tree and catch my breath and get some water. Still more incline. I'm getting a workout this morning, which is good. So the office is right up there. I'm going to go over to this little hut thing. I know there's a better name for it than that, but I'm going to go sit in the shade a little bit. You know, this heat, we all deal with it. You know, the older we get, the more uncomfortable it becomes. But you know, of all the discomforts, constant sweating, wet clothes sticking to your body, fogging your glasses, the most irritating thing to me is the sweat getting in my eyes. And I can't see very well, you know, it stings, so I gotta wipe my brow constantly. And I don't remember that when I was younger. That seems to be an older thing. Anyway, I'm in the shade here. I'm gonna relax a bit. So I'm just about down to my park camping area. I don't know if you can see that deer up there by that brown sign. There's a doe, there's a little fawn. See it running across the road? There's another one. A doe and two fawns. And they just sort of hang out right here where everybody is, and they don't seem bothered by us at all. Pretty little things though, fun to watch them. I'll let you watch her a little bit and see how close she'll let me get. You can see she doesn't seem bothered by me at all. She's just looking at me. Not too worried. I could practice my deer whispering skills. Hey! Hey, how you doing? How you doing? Huh? You look like you're a little bit hungry there. I can see your ribs. Looks like you got plenty of grass around here. Forgive me for beating a dead horse, but it just amazes me how few people there are here on a Sunday. It's a beautiful day, beautiful lake. It's just hardly anybody here. Well, I can see my tab through the trees over there, so that's where I'm headed. Well guys, it's about 5 o'clock, I think, thereabouts, and I've decided against going for my bike ride this afternoon. Just don't really feel much like doing it. And that trail it's only about a mile long, and I don't think it's going to be real exciting. So when I got home from my earlier hike. I made some lunch and just kind of relaxed, enjoyed a cool Gatorade, and was just sitting out here and listening to some of my CJ Box book. And then the sun got more up in the middle of the sky, and I was kind of losing shade, and it just got hotter and hotter, and I really couldn't find a respite from it. So I retired into the RV and ended up taking a pretty good nap today. And I've since taken a shower, and I've run some laundry, and they're in the dryer right now, and started kind of editing the video from earlier this morning. So I'm going to finish that and go ahead and get that posted. And then I'm going to think about what I'm going to do tomorrow. I think I'm going to leave early. There's some things around here that seem to be worthwhile. There's an old naval vessel somewhere not too far, the USS Batfish. So I'm not sure exactly what that's all about, but I'm going to investigate that. And then I think there's also a Civil War battlefield about 30 or so miles from here. So I'm going to investigate that too. So that's what I'm going to do this evening. I'm going to figure out my plan tomorrow. My next campsite, again, is pretty close. It's probably an hour and a half away. So I'll have a good part of the day to do some of these other things. So I'm going to call it a day as far as you guys go anyway. And I'll catch you in the next day or two.